Hello everybody, EmyyWolf here, brand new video. Today is August 28th of 2024. So if you hear background noise, it's because I'm in my car recording because it has to be this way, you know the drill. So today we're going to talk about AmberlynnReid. So, I recently made a video on her. So basically, the video I made about her was because she was like trying to find a new girlfriend, right? With an O, a new girlfriend for herself, right? A caretaker, a wiper, someone that can wipe her and caretake her and be an enabler to her because she's an addict, a literal food addict. Yep, that's what she is. And so basically in that video that I reacted to of AmberlynnReid, she was basically saying, oh, you guys are terrible, it's the audience's fault, and now I have broken up with the brand new girlfriend, with the brand new girlfriend that I met like a month ago, and she turned into my girlfriend within a month, and it was your guys' fault that she broke up with me because the audience, my audience of haters, they all basically figured out what she was, and what she was basically a feeder. So then AmberlynnReid was saying, oh my god, you guys are all wrong, she's not actually a feeder, it was just a money scam thing that we were doing in that feeder group. Okay, it was not actually that she was actually a feeder, and her ex that passed wasn't actually a feedie and a food addicted feedie. She was not actually that. So yeah. So this Tommy person apparently told Amber that it was all BS, that it's not true that she's a feeder and that she was in that feeder group trying to be a feeder, that it was just for money somehow. So then Amberlynn, obviously, I guess she believed it, because now, guess what? Spoiler alert, drama alert, news. Guess what? Amberlynn decided to return to Tommy and pursue this brand new relationship with Tommy, the possible feeder that was literally in that Facebook feeder group. Okay, Amberlynn went back to Tommy. She went back to the possible feeder. Okay. Amberlynn has serious binge eating disorder and food addiction, and she decided to go to someone or stay with someone who could be a possible feeder, which is disturbing. If there's no other words, it's just disturbing and unfortunate, because like I said in the previous video, you could check the previous video here in the description or in the tags above, wherever. It was the previous video, but I basically said that Tommy's ex here, Tommy the feeder, her ex, the one that passed, the one that was over 800 pounds, she basically looks like Amber. Her hairline, her face, her eyebrows looks very, very similar to Amber. Very like twins. Okay, Amber and Tommy's ex look very similar, and so I'm saying that because of that, Tommy has even more of a reason to feed Amber as a feeder, if she actually is a feeder. Okay, this is horrible, horrible news. This is unfortunate, unfortunate news. This is disturbing news. This is sad news. This is bad news. Okay, Amber went back to someone that could possibly be a feeder, and she is a food addict. Yeah, this is horrible, horrible news. Now, I don't know what needs to happen now, because Amberlynn is clearly in danger. This is likely a feeder, possibly a feeder, like very, very likely a feeder. Okay, that's why this person was also looking for other heavier women around Amberlynn's size. Okay, if you know the drama for what it is, basically this Tommy person was looking for anyone Amberlynn's size or her ex's size. Okay, and she was in a group of feeders. Yeah, this person is likely, highly likely a feeder compared to not being one. Okay. And Amber has been struggling with a food addiction her entire life, her literal entire life. Okay, binge eating disorder even, but I think it's mainly a food addiction that she has. Yeah, this is bad. Now, I don't know if her mother can talk her out of this. I don't know if she has any friends that could talk her out of this. That girl, Alexis, that was her friend. She tried talking her out of this, and that basically ended their friendship. So I don't know who on earth can talk Amber out of this. Like, she could try looking for a different partner or something. But a highly likely person that is likely a feeder, highly likely a feeder. I don't know what's gonna happen to Amberlynn after this. Like, I have no freaking clue. She was with Becky, Destiny. None of these characters were feeders. They were just average people. And Amberlynn, even with them, she was struggling badly with her food addiction and binge eating and whatever it is that she's dealing with. I mean, look at her size. She's shoveling loads and loads of food on the daily. Like, someone her size, if she loses like 12 pounds at almost 500 pounds, or just over 500 pounds, whatever her size is, if she loses like 12 pounds, that's like a normal person losing like 5 pounds. 12 pounds for her is nothing. So you can tell visually with common sense that she's loading up her gullet with loads and loads and tons of foods of different kinds. Like, the shoveling and the chugging on food is unending for her. It's unending. It's on the daily, it's on the minute, it's on the hour. There's no stop to her chugging and shoveling food down her gullet, okay? She is a binge eater. She's a literal food addict by the definition of what food addict is. Look at her, okay? This is something nobody needs to even... What is seen isn't said, right? I shouldn't be having to explain this to anybody. It's visual. It's seen, okay? With our own two eyes, we can tell that this person is chugging loads and loads and loads of all sorts of food on the daily, okay? So we're not even going to get into that. And Tommy is likely a feeder. So now that Amberlynn chose to stay with Tommy, and Tommy chose to stay with Amber because apparently they both had broke up for like, I don't know, one day that everyone found out what Tommy did in the past and that she's actually a feeder. Now that everybody found that out, they broke up for like one day, but after that one day they decided to go back together. And I think it's because Amberlynn can't be alone. She can't be alone for 1 minute, 1 second. She needs constant attention and validation and praise. And Tommy found someone that looks like literally her ex, okay? So that's why she chose Amberlynn, because Amberlynn is she's the replacement. She's her ex's literal twin, if you can see there by her hairline and eyes and eyebrows and everything. She's like Tommy's ex's twin, okay, the one that passed. She looks exactly like her. So Tommy has all sorts of reasons to stay with Amberlynn, because Amberlynn looks literally like Tommy's ex. What I'm basically saying is that Amberlynn is practically the rebound, since Amberlynn looks literally like her ex. This is exactly what it is. So both Amberlynn and Tommy have tons of reasons to stay together. So yeah, this is gonna be bad. Amberlynn, Destiny, Becky, Wipey, none of them were feeders, okay? And Amberlynn struggled greatly with her food addiction even with them. So, yeah, Amberlynn, I think Amberlynn is done. Like, I believe Amberlynn is seriously effed. Yeah, I think Amberlynn is done. She is 100% done. If this is likely a feeder, highly likely a feeder, I believe Amberlynn is seriously fucked. Like, she is done. She is effed. Like, whatever word you want to use, that's what she is. Like, I don't know how this is going to turn out in the coming 3 months, in the coming 6 months, in the coming year, okay? I seriously hope they break up for whatever reason. Any reason will be fine. I seriously hope and pray that they end their relationship, because I don't see anything good coming from this. Amberlynn shouldn't even be focusing on any relationship. She needs to be focusing on losing the 500 freaking pounds that she is. She's a monster, okay? She's gigantic. Like, I don't even know how she has how she doesn't have diabetes, because damn, if I were to get to that, I would already die of a heart attack. Like, I don't even know how she's there. I have no freaking clue, right? Oh my god. But yeah, the best we could hope is that they end their relationship somehow, for some reason, whatever reason. Any reason will be fine. Let's all hope and pray that the relationship ends, like literally ends. We cannot have Amber, the addict, the food addict, with Tommy, the possible feeder. We cannot have that. All right, Amberlynn shouldn't be focusing on anyone. She needs to be focusing on the gym, on the pool, and on getting into inpatient care, somewhere where they lock her up, take away her credit cards or something, so that she has zero access to food and money. Someone needs to jail her. Someone needs to lock her up. Someone needs to put her in inpatient care. I don't know what needs to happen to Amber, honestly. Like, I don't see her making 40, like getting to 40 years old. I don't see her getting there. I don't see her getting to 50. Like, she already had a hysterectomy due to cancer from food addiction and whatever caused her cancer, which was likely the food and the obesity, of course. Yep. Yeah, I don't know what needs to happen now. Like, it's all on Amber's hands, or hopefully her mother's hands. Like, hopefully her mother, I don't know, does something so that they lock her up in prison, because that's the only way I see her surviving the next decade. Like, if they lock her up in prison, she will only be able to consume the prison food and the amount they can consume in prison. You know, the amount of food people can consume in prison. Like, that's one option. So yeah, I don't see no way out for Amber. And now that she's with a possible feeder, yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen. Like, she already is eating, like I said, loads and loads and tons of calories and food on the daily. Look at her size. So yeah, like, I don't know what needs to happen. I don't know what will happen. I believe Amberlynn, this is the end for Amberlynn. Like, I believe she's gonna make it back to 600 pounds. She's gonna make it to the 700 mark, and she will possibly make it to the 800 mark. Like, this is what I'm seeing. If Amber chose to stay with Tommy and Tommy chose to stay with Amber, like, this is what I'm seeing. So yeah, I hope you like this video. Tell me what you think in the comments, and bye.